What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video, guys, I have several very interesting news. First of all, I will show you that potentially we might see something big from one of our community members. And I can assure you that this news might really make a lot in our case. Then I will show you that potentially the Federal Court of Texas made a mistake in one of the cases that is directly related to MMTLP saga. And what will be the consequences for the MMTLP community, I will show you in today's video. On top of that, I will show you very interesting and important updates in other litigation processes, and I will show you another due diligence from one of our community members that should also be included in the litigation processes, in my opinion. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section if you think my videos are valuable for you. On top of that, if you want to know more about technical analysis, if you want to enhance your trading skills, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to join my Patreon account. And guys, to be honest, within next couple of weeks, I will remove a couple of tiers, low-cost tiers. I will add much more perks, much more benefits for the Safe Haven tier and for the Gold tier as well. And it is pretty much your last chance to join my Patreon with just $1 a day. And take a look, let me show you the sneak peek of my recent calls. Just yesterday, as you can see, I made this call on Netflix when the price of this asset was $1.227. It was at 1 a.m. And I told to my patrons that it is a new opportunity to short Netflix. Then, guys, I covered this price action in a live pretty much basis. And right here, I identified 3 price targets for Netflix. And we hit all of them. On top of that, I told to my patrons that they can put their stop-loss orders in green and try to ride the trend, because we can hit much lower price targets. And guys, less than 24 hours before this call, I made another call, and it was a call on GME. Take a look right here. Wait a second, I will show you first of all the exact call. It was made on June the 10th. And it was a short put butterfly. You can see that within just several days it became profitable, and it was about 10% profit on the initial investment. This means, guys, 2 out of 2 successful calls within just a couple of days, and that is why you can rely on my technical analysis and you can join my Patreon for the low prices, for at least for now. So guys, and let's begin today's video with this tweet that was written by your favorite SGM, by Daniel Auxier, and he wrote it just 3 hours ago. He added the video of an Eminem song, and guys, let's take a look what is the song about. I cannot play it for you because of the restriction policy of YouTube, but here is this song, and definitely you know what is the song about. It calls Without Me, and the very first statements, the very first string in this song is following: guess who's back? Back again. And guys, this means that Daniel Auxier has something to tell us, and I have to admit that he is very quiet for quite some time, because he doesn't want to interact with the community members who doesn't like his efforts. But let me remind you that he still has an active lawsuit against the wrongdoers, and he also pursuing so-called non-litigational path to the resolution, and he is about to file, or potentially he already filed, another lawsuit in state court of Florida. And definitely within next several days to weeks, we will know what is the news from his side, and how this news might help MMTLP community to achieve our goal. So Let me show you next news, and again I want to give a huge shout out to Rob in his podcast Real Talk 933 FM, and let me quote you the tweet that was written by Squatch and reposted by Auxier. Squatch wrote, "Rob had a great show with two amazing guests today, Max and Danny on Real Talk. Seems to be our lack of transparency in government is because of money. Rob ties MMTLP to the broader issues in government." And guys, definitely it is very important to have this type of allies on our side, because with his audience he can attract more attention to the MMTLP problem, and this will definitely ease the process of achieving our results. And that is why, guys, I have to give a huge shout out to Rob because of his efforts. So let's move to the main news, one of the main news of today's video. Let me show you this. Scott wrote 19 hours ago, wrote this: "I filed to disqualify Wes Christian from the MMAT bankruptcy as I made the correct assessment that so long as he's involved, no MMTLP, no MMAT retail shareholders will see any recovery. He refuses to disclose who gave him $11.8 million to represent the estate, not you, not me. He has the potential to make literally $30 million plus by the terms of his October 30, 2024 contract, and he is the first in line to get paid, along with a few hand-picked lawyers he just brought in for what appears to be a nervousness that myself and Daniel Spears may get him removed from conflict for reasons you will see below in my filing as in." Why did he and MMAT's ethically changed board of directors take money from SEBI Management LLC even when they knew SEBI was under SEC lawsuit for market manipulation, short fraud in any SDNI case filed in June 2023? The SEC says SEBI screwed over 10 companies, yet Christian didn't subpoena their trade data in MMAT. Why did SEBI get a sweetheart deal for warrants? And how could Christian go under oath on June 16, 2025 and claim he found no evidence of market manipulation in MMTLP, yet in mid-2023 put out those PRs stating MMTLP and MMAT after research and investigation using the ShareIntel data? There was the mother lot of shorts. Christian is the Trojan horse in the entire MMTLP fiasco, and he has for almost a year been a part of the MMTLP bankruptcy circus Maximus underway in Las Vegas, where trustee Christina Lavata, her prime attorney Jeff Hartman, and Christian will not answer any question as to who gave Christian $11.8 million for his work and an advisor to the estate. They all refuse to answer emails from me on June the 6th, 2025 and June the 8th, 2025, and under US bankruptcy law, such funding has to be made public to evaluate counterparty risk to investors and creditors, and also to test for disinterestedness, meaning you can't be taking money if you have skin in the game, and neither can the founder. There is a reason why many successful RICO lawsuits and criminal prosecutions come out of bankruptcy filings. Kids, 18 USCS 1961. Here's your light reading, docket 2041. And he added the link to this document, and well, I have to admit that I didn't have enough time to read this document in its entirety, but definitely, guys, believe me, something big is coming. And let me show you another update from Scott, and this tweet gives us a sneak peek on the actions that he will take in order to push his case forward. So he wrote, time to join the army, folks. I need some more data, crunch, clean, usable, and defensible before US District Court Judge Mary Lanphier should I get a hearing on both the stay and the motion to dismiss by the SEC. 1. The total number of FOIAs submitted to date for MMTLP information and the total we know and can prove were actually answered by the SEC. 2. The true start date of the SEC investigation into criminal conduct in MMTLP. 3. The true number of subpoenas the SEC issued as a part of their SEC investigation into MMTLP. 4. The identities of every Metamaterials Incorporated personnel who attended the meeting or conference call selling the 13 million MMAT warrants to SEBI Management LLC in June 2023. The names of every, if possible, supposed MMTLP activist who met with Darcy Marlin, Sims and Representative Ralph Norman at any time after December 26, 2022. If someone can access visitors' logs through Norman's office, that would be cool. The identities of any and all former Meta personnel who have gone to work for SEBI or Anson funds. 7. A gray list for every corporation or entity that acquired MMAT's intellectual property after the bankruptcy, at what price, and those companies' ties to the CCP or foreign corporations. And guys, I have to admit that it is not the end. You can see that this set of questions and this set of potential documents and evidence might be very interesting to see and might be very helpful in our case. And as you can see, he is so I have to admit that he is leaning towards the MMAT bankruptcy case, because in this case he can acquire more sensitive information based on the bankruptcy laws, and that is why he's trying to pursue this path as well. But here is the intriguing part. Here is the tweet that was written by Mark Basile, and 17 hours ago he wrote this. 1209 seems that the Texas Federal Court has made a clear error by staying the 1209 cases before it without a bankruptcy court order extending the automatic stay imposed by BR 362A to non-debtors. Non-debtors are not protected by this rule and must, that means they have to demonstrate to the bankruptcy court a clear reason why the extension of protection is necessary, or else the state does not protect them and another court cannot shield the non-debtors. In some situations, such as Chapter 11 case, when the debtor continues to operate and manage its business under the supervision of the U.S. Trustee's office, a Chapter 7 case is a complete liquidation, and rarely does the court grant an extension of its stay to insiders. So the federal court in Texas is wrong and does not have the authority to extend the stay to non-debtors. Only the bankruptcy court before which the proceeding is pending can issue that order. Here's some more information to consider. 1. General applicability. The core purpose of the automatic stay is to protect the debtor and their assets from immediate collection efforts by creditors. It halts lawsuits, foreclosures, and other collection activities against the debtor and their property. This protection is automatic upon the filing of a bankruptcy petition. 2. Limited extension to non-debtors. While the automatic stay primarily benefits the debtor, courts can, under specific circumstances, extend its protection to non-debtor parties. This extension is not automatic and requires a showing of so-called unusual circumstances. The most common scenarios involve entities closely related to debtor, such as co-debtors, guarantors, or those with strong contractual or business relationships. And guys, I have to admit that it is a lot of bullet points that he mentioned, but I want to pay attention to the summary. In summary, while the automatic stay primarily protects the debtor, it can be extended to non-debtors under limited circumstances, requiring a strong showing of a nexus between the non-debtor's situation and the debtor's reorganization. Again, this is a Chapter 7 case, so there is no reorganization under Chapter 11 pending before the bankruptcy court. And guys, here's a quite interesting question from Scott Roth. How much do you want to write your motion to get your case going again? And Mark responded, and definitely Scott is talking about the case that was filed by Mark Basile and where the plaintiff was Anna Trades. We have decided to keep away from direct involvement in this due to the relentless community backlash, and we are also not admitted to the WDTX federal courts. So we would refrain from this. Maybe after the SEC clears out the riff-raff, we can revisit this. And it is quite interesting statement, and potentially Mark Basile might be involved in this case again, but only after the SEC clears the things out. So, and guys, you might be confused with this statement. What does it mean for the MMTLP community? And let me show you this response. So, Strange and Twisted asked Grok, can you please explain this in simple terms, like I am a simpleton, because I am? And Grok wrote this: when a company like Metamaterials files for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, an automatic stay stops creditors from chasing the company debts. This protects only the company, not related people or entities, non-debtors. The issue is that a Texas court posted a case for non-debtors without approval from the Nevada bankruptcy court, which is likely a mistake. Only a bankruptcy court can extend the stay to non-debtors, and even then it's rare in Chapter 7 cases, which focus on selling assets, not reorganizing. This could mean the Texas court overstepped its authority. And it is quite interesting when the court makes this type of mistakes, and definitely when this mistake will be reversed, it is very interesting to see what will be the consequences for MMTLP shareholders, because in this case, guys, well, MMAT doesn't have a lot of assets, and MMTLP community members, to be honest, cannot be a part of this case in the majority of conditions, in the majority of cases. But at the same time, the data that might be disclosed in this case might be very important in our case, and that is why we are paying very close attention to this lawsuit as well. So let me show you another quite interesting update in regards to the yesterday's 8K form that was filed by NextBridge Hydrocarbons. And here is the tweet of Samantha. She wrote, NextBridge says financials should not longer be relied on. No kidding, not like MMTLP could ever rely on NextBridge Hydrocarbons for anything. And I have to say that she added this screenshot. It is just one sentence of this entire document. You can find it right here. And let me quote you this. Similarly, any previously issued or filed reports, earnings releases, and investor presentations or other communications describing the company's financial statements and other related financial information covering the non-reliance periods should no longer be relied upon. And guys, this means all the information that you know about NextBridge Hydrocarbons and previously MMTLP might be false information. And this is another huge question mark to the board of directors of MMAT, MMTLP, and TRCH. Because in this case, guys, my main question is following. Did they do it intentionally? Or was it just a mistake that was made occasionally? And in this case, they didn't know what might be the consequences of these actions and what should they do next. Definitely, this is the main question that might open a Pandora box for the MMTLP, NextBridge Hydrocarbons, and TRCH board of directors. But for now, guys, Greg McCabe is trying to push this, to basically kick this can down the road for as long as possible. So let me show you another quite interesting update. And Scott added this tweet in response to his own tweet that I covered just several minutes ago about the Wes Christian case against him. So he wrote, disgraced trader Gary Vellinotti admits Wes Christian pays him $300 an hour. Yep, the ham short killer is Gary. And guys, you know that Gary Vellinotti was one of the people who heavily promoted MMTLP shares back in the days, and he is promoting other type of assets. And I don't want to say that he is just a paid shill. I just want to tell you that the information that he disclosed and that he operated is potential. It could not be the real information and could not be the information for investors based on which they can make their decision. That is why, guys, it is another shady part of this story, but let's take a look to the crystal clear part of our case. So we have a lot of updates in other 1209 cases. In Matthew Peace versus Securities and Exchange Commission, we have several dockets that was filed just yesterday. Let me show you them right here. It is a reply to response to motion filed by Matthew J. Peace in regards to motion to dismiss filed by defendant Securities and Exchange Commission, specifically in regards to response in opposition to motion. Next one, response in support filed by Matthew J. Peace in regards to motion to dismiss filed by defendant Securities and Exchange Commission, and the response in support filed by Matthew J. Peace in regards to motion for leave to file plaintiff's reply in support of motion for limited stay and response to SEC's opposition filed by plaintiff Matthew J. Peace. And guys, unfortunately, again, I don't have an access behind the paywall, and these documents is even tricky to understand based on just the titles of these documents, but you can see how intense this back and forth conversation are right now. You can see that for the 1 week alone, in this case, there are several dockets, more than from 54, from docket number 54 all the way up to 65. It means 11 documents that were filed back and forth in this case. And all these documents should be prepared, properly prepared, I would say, by plaintiff. And let me remind you that Matthew Peace is a pro se plaintiff. That is why he doesn't use any help of professional attorneys. That is why, guys, please support all the plaintiffs from 1209 cases, because in general it will help the MMTLP community, the entire MMTLP community, without any exceptions. So let me show you another update. And in this case, it is not well, it is not the most I would say common updates, but we have an update in Roller versus Securities and Exchange Commission case. It is a reply to response to motion, and for some reasons on Pace Monitor you can see only this docket number 67, reply to response to motion to dismiss first amendment complaint filed by Securities and Exchange Commission. So again, I have to say that we are trying to push this case forward, and from my point of view, I also trying to do my best in order to make it happen, because I want to help you to achieve the results one way or another. And I have to admit that these results potentially might be just around the corner, because we have a good so-called Easter egg from Daniel Auxier, and within next several days I believe he will disclose some additional information related to his actions in MMTLP case. So I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm